I get it. We've done it. We've made the shift. And now all we're doing is we're just playing it out.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Do you have any stories to share with us about your water ceremonies?
Absolutely.
And explain what you do with the water ceremonies.
Well, it started, I used to work a lot with flower essences and homeopathy, and I've been bringing groups of people into nature for 20-plus years. I used to do it for several different Outward Bound schools, and I started Planetary Partners many years ago. And I would bring rescue remedy, Bach flower rescue remedy. And if somebody got stressed or sunburnt or upset, I'd just give them a couple of drops of that under the tongue. And I found very powerful. Even, I've had like a bird hit a window and just picking it up, holding my palm and just putting a drop of rescue remedy on its beak, and it licks it, and then, you can just see its eyes brighten, and then moments later it flies off.
Joe, can you explain what the Bach flower remedies are and the flower essences? Because a lot of people may have heard of it and know what it is, but a lot of other people don't know what it is.
We all recognize that herbs have qualities and abilities to influence our biology, physically and also emotionally. And chamomile tea to calm us down, peppermint to quiet our stomach, and St. John's wort to calm our nerves. And flower essences are a distillation of the energetic quality of each plant and even minerals. So what they do is they create a distillation, and they actually potentize it by diluting it. And it works in the law of similars. So anyways, Bach flowers was designed by a physician, Mr. Bach, in England. And basically he would soak flowers of different plants and trees in water, make a distillation, and found that distillation, in fact, was a vehicle to transport those qualities and assist people. So homeopathy is a very simple, very powerful way to provide assistance to us in times of change. So what I did, Kim, was I also had some Green Hope Farm rescue remedy, and I mixed the two. And then I brought a group to Panther Meadows in Mount Shasta, and I took some water from the Panther Spring and added it to it. And then when I was bringing a group to the Healing Hole on one of my dolphin trips in Bimini, Edgar Casey said there would be upwellings of fresh water found in Bimini more healing than the water at Lourdes. And that's the Healing Hole. So I took some water from the Healing Hole. And I began taking all these different healing properties and adding it to this bottle, and then potentizing and saving it and preserving it. And I even bring it into the ocean with me on a string and let the dolphins scan it and put their intent into it. And then I learned of the work of Dr. Emoto. And I found that, why not create a ceremony? So I've taken this water, and people have given me water from around the world. I've gotten water from my travels, and Cusco, the belly button of the universe, Peru, and the Chalice Well in Glastonbury.
Have you been to Lourdes?
I haven't.
Okay.
But I do have water from Lourdes.
Wow.
And I have people. Somebody gave me water from John of God in Brazil, and from many countries and many spots. And I've brought this water, and I carry it in a homeopathic tincture. Then I'll fill a water bottle and put some of the tincture in it. And in different ceremonies, I've spoken at a number of conferences, and then I'll just invite people to put their love and thanks into the water. And if it's a group of 100 or less, we'll actually pass it around and ask everybody to just say a word. And it is such a beautiful message, because it's affirming that we all have something to give. And then I take this water, and when I'm traveling, I put some in the cove. I put some of this holy water with love and blessings from people, thousands of people around the world, into the cove. And I also took some drops of water from the cove and put it into the bottle. Let me share with you. I did it with a group of school children in Chicago, Dewey School, and it's actually on. I have a video on YouTube of this water ceremony, and many different groups blessing it. It's a very fun ceremony. There's a lot of laughter because at the end, after everybody's blessed it, well, the bottle I've got is a spray bottle, so we just spray each other, and when you bring out a spray bottle, it totally brings out the 5-year-old in everybody.
Indeed. I saw that. That was great. So you're on your way to India. When?
Yes, I leave in about 2 weeks.
Do you know when you'll be back to do some dolphin trips?
Well, I have several trips scheduled this summer, May and June, and of course I have trips that are for families or groups where it's just specifically for them, But I do have some open trips, and the best thing to do is, if somebody wants to know about these trips, is to get on the email list, the Planetary Partners email list, and that way you'll know, because there's a lot of other things I do in addition to trips.
Yes, I know. You do coaching and team building and all kinds of other things. When people are coming on board these trips, do they have to be trained in snorkeling, or do they have a whole suit on? Are they are they skin diving? How is this happening?
It's really simple. And I have people of all ages and abilities come. Lots of non-swimmers, although some of those non-swimmers end up becoming swimmers. I typically do a 5 or 6 day trip. And in Hawaii, either I rent a house and we stay in the house, or Hawaii, actually, sometimes we camp right on the beach. And 5 or 6 days, literally right on the sand, in tents, cooking on a picnic table, and swimming with the dolphins right in the bay. And in Bimini, it's typically cottages or basically a home right on the water. And we just come together, and first day we go over snorkeling. And I teach people who are uncomfortable in the water, I teach them how to be comfortable, and we get them life preservers or whatever. And basically, when people learn that you can float and that you don't need to exert effort to be safe, that you can literally just lay on the surface and float, there's a shift that takes place. There's this beautiful, visceral letting down. And for me, it's like a rebirth to see somebody. I remember I had an executive. I had the officers, the executive team of Applebee's, who I've worked with over the years, come and spend 4 days in Bimini. And I had this one executive who couldn't swim. And what I did was I got him in a life vest, in a mask and snorkel, and we started in water he could stand up in, so he got comfortable laying on his, laying down and putting his face in the water. And then I just towed him. I just towed him around. And over the course of the next couple of days, and this was a man in his early 60s, he got comfortable, and with a mask, snorkel, and fin, it's very easy to be in the ocean because you don't have to lift your head up. You can just watch the beauty unfolding before you and below you. And he learned to swim. And he said it was a very, very pivotal moment in his life. So it's really, you don't need anything. All you need is a desire for adventure, a desire to connect with the dolphins and to be immersed in the ocean. And it's because I've done it with children as young as 6 months.
Have you ever had people say to you, "I'm so excited to swim with dolphins and to see them and be near them, but I'm scared of sharks"?
I'd say probably about 95%.
How do you deal with that?
Well, first of all, it's rare to see a shark. You're lucky if you do. And sharks are way more afraid of us than we are of them. You're 18 times more likely to be killed by a falling airplane part than you are to be killed by a shark. And of course, when you're with the dolphins, there's no sharks around because sharks don't mess with dolphins.
Is that true? Because